Today's top stories at NBR. Vaccine certificates. More from NBR's week-long M&A feature Dealmakers 2021. Infratil's latest data centre investment. And there's more coming right up. Kia ora and welcome to NBR Today, a wrap of the day's top business stories from the authority in New Zealand business news since 1970, nbr.co.nz. It's Tuesday, October 5th. I'm Paul Brennan. Thanks again for joining us. A new KiwiSaver scheme has launched this week. Aurora Capital has put environmental, social and governance principles at the heart of its funds, although instead of avoiding bad companies, it will actively invest in industries that need to change. Aurora Capital is the new fund's management arm of Aurora Financial, a financial advice provider headquartered in Auckland with more than 80 advisors on its books. That firm was founded by 33-year-old Simon Rowland nearly 7 years ago and has grown to more than $10 million in annual revenue, generating about 500 client leads a week. Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern has confirmed the government is introducing vaccine certificates and that people will need them if they want to attend large events through the summer. Ardern said it was likely people would need to show their certificate to also access hospitality venues such as bars, but the Cabinet had not yet made a final decision on that.
Simply put, it's proof that you are fully vaccinated and that you are therefore pose less risk to the people around you, and that an event you attend is less likely to become the source or the site of a large super spreader event. These are now common overseas and they make good sense. That's why Cabinet has agreed to the use of vaccine certificates in New Zealand as a way to help give more certainty and ensure greater safety of high-risk events and venues.
Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern. NBR's M&A week-long feature, Dealmakers 2021, continues today. What's been driving record M&A activity? At nbr.co.nz today, we hear from Russell McVeigh partner Kath Shirley-Brown, who was on a big private equity deal towards the end of last year. She casts her mind back to when COVID-19 had taken hold of the world months earlier. New Zealand's borders had slammed shut to everyone, bar its citizens. International travel was a nightmare. Shirley-Brown recalls there was a brief flurry of clients saying, hey, how can we get into the country? Where can we stay? Presumably we can choose what hotel we stay in. She explained to them that wasn't going to happen, and you can read more in our Dealmakers 2021 major feature running all this week at nbr.co.nz. The Serious Fraud Office is investigating a failed Porirua investment company and its director over at least $500,000 in losses. Options Trading and Investment NZ went into liquidation last June, with the liquidator complaining to the SFO a year later. Options Trading sole shareholder and director is Tiavare Richard Curtis Joseph, also known as Richie Winera. The SFO is urging anyone who had dealings with or information about Joseph and Options Trading to contact them. Liquidator Damien Grant of Waterstone Insolvency has identified 5 unsecured claims of $465,000 against Options Trading. Joseph had not cooperated with the liquidation process, Grant said. Infrastructure investor Infratil has announced a $230 to $250 million investment in UK-based data centre company Carl Data. On a conference call with analysts, Infratil Chief Executive Jason Boyes said data centres were one of the hottest infrastructure investments globally. Infratil's existing data centre investment in Australia, CDC, was now the company's single largest investment, with a value of more than $2 billion from an initial stake of $400 million. The trends that have made that investment so successful are at least continuing, if not accelerating, here and globally, Boyes said. The full details of those stories and more are at nbr.co.nz right now. Tomorrow at NBR, the Dealmakers series takes a look at the country's leading M&A advisors, profiling the who's who of law firms and investment banks, and details on what is believed to be the country's largest ever Series A investment round. I'm Paul Brennan. I look forward to being with you again from around lunchtime tomorrow for the morning's NBR trending stories. Then same time, same place again from 5:30 tomorrow for another NBR Today.